Okay.
Does that make
Very
sense?
good. Yes, sir. Yeah,
Okay.
thank you very much. The last question, was it possible this year for the 10% of the previous year's market value that they get a notice where they were having to pay more? And the only reason I ask is I think that's created some confusion possibly. I think you probably hope so, I would imagine. In the respect that I have heard of people saying, man, my property taxes doubled. And is that market value, or was there an issue with people getting notices where they actually had to pay more than 10% of the value? And if that's the case, what can they do about that?
Well, again, you have to separate value from taxes, okay? If we, TAD, doubled their value, is that what you're saying?
No, I think what I'm hearing from some of the folks is that I'm having to pay more than I had to pay last year, but it doubled. And are they confused with what they're looking at on this statement? Because I know that this statement, I did explain it to somebody as well, and they said, okay, after you explained it to me, I was able to look at it and be able to explain it to somebody else. But they are saying that their taxes actually doubled.
Now you're talking, part of this notice, the purpose of this is a value notice. We give you the value, but we're required by the tax code to list the estimated tax amounts. Now, what I hear you saying, I think, is that their estimated tax amount doubled. It could be a few things. Number one, did they lose their exemptions?
Okay.
If they lost their exemption, they lost their 10% limit. And to cure that, you would simply reapply for your exemption to get it reinstated, and that might keep their cap into play for another year.
Okay.
But if the market value of the property went from $100,000 and recent sales in this particular neighborhood said the property is now worth $200,000, so TAD in effect did double their value, which will in effect double their tax bill. Yes, that could happen.
Okay.
And they can protest the value. They can't protest the taxes, but they can protest the increase in value that we've notified them with. But again, that's back to my original statement. What's the home worth? Bring us some factual sales data, something to quantify their opinion of value, and be well organized, present it, and then if it's worth less, it will be corrected by either a staff member or by the review board in a formal hearing.
Okay, so it is possible, say that somebody was paying $250 a year for their taxes last year, that they're now paying $500 a year?
Yes.
For their...
That's possible, yes.
Okay.
But again, anything that the appraisal district does as far as value, it's all based on facts. And our performance is monitored very closely by the Texas Comptroller's Office, and we're required to value all property according to market value based on recent market sales.
Okay.
And that's it. I mean, in a nutshell, we TAD, we don't dictate market value. We follow the trend that's being established by the buyer and the seller in these neighborhoods.
Okay.
That's the way it's done.
Great. Well,
thank you, Jim.
Thank you very much.
We're always glad to help educate our public, and thank you for taking the time to come down and visit with us.
Thank you for making the time to allow me to visit with you. Guys, listen, that's going to be it for today. If you need any help coming up with some comps, market value, let me know. I'll be glad to put something together for you. And if you have any questions, comments, please leave them below. Please share the video if you think this is helpful. This is Jim Gann, Century 21, Judge Fight, official real estate company of the Dallas Cowboys. And remember, Jimbo knows real estate.